Do you want to know how you can receive text messages and earn money with McMoney and if it's even worth it? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I love testing different ways to earn some extra money, and I recently came across this app where you can get paid just by receiving SMS messages on your phone. However, let me just reveal right away that it is not for everyone. So in this McMoney review, I'll reveal all the details so you can find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over who can join, because McMoney is an app you need to download, and you can download it from more or less all countries from what I've been able to find out. However, it is only available for Android devices and you cannot find it through the Google Play Store. You do need to go to the website and then you need to download it as an APK and install it manually. So if you don't feel safe about that, then this one is not for you. Then I do have a video about other Android apps you can earn where you can just find in the Play Store. I'll leave a link in the top corner so you can check that out. But if you think this still sounds interesting because you can earn, let me just reveal that right away, by receiving text messages, then let's look more into how you can do that. So how something like McMoney works is that they need to test different phone networks, and that's why they are willing to pay you to receive text messages. You see, you just need to download it and install it, register your phone number, and then you will receive text messages and make money. Because as you can see, that will allow them to test and improve mobile operations, they call it, and that means it helps them help mobile operators to work together, and then you will earn by receiving them. So you don't have to do anything, you don't have to reply, you don't have to do anything, just open it and then you can delete it. And every time you have received a text message, money will be added to your McMoney account. It will usually be a few cents, so it's not a huge amount, but you also don't really have to do anything. And this is the main way to earn, but there is one more way to earn that we will also just talk about next. So you can also earn by inviting others through the referral program. You can see if you refer new users, as you can see, you will get a code, referral code, and if you share it with others and they'll join through that as a new user, then you can potentially earn by doing that. And it also says that both you and the person joining will get a bonus. But that's like referral programs, how they in general work. But there is a lot of information lacking here when you go over the FAQ section, because you see, like, after using a referral code, you must receive a minimum amount of messages to unlock the referral bonus. So it's not enough to just invite others. You also have to wait to receive a certain amount of bonus or messages to get that bonus. And that's just like really limited, because that's also very weird. Like, they don't write how many, like, is it 1, 2, is it 50? It doesn't say that. And the same here, it also that you must wait until your referred friend has reached the threshold before you will earn. So it's quite limited, and especially because they don't tell you how many messages, and that's just not transparent. That's something I really don't like. And the same here, they don't say you exactly how much you will get. What is this bonus that both you and your friend will get? They don't tell you. And when they don't tell everything, then in my experience, after I've tested hundreds of ways to earn online, then usually the conditions are very poor and not really worth it. That's just my experiences. So I'm not saying in this case, I'm just saying that just be transparent about it. If you have nothing to hide, then don't hide it. That's just my opinion. And also be aware that you don't see the referral bonuses to your balance, so it won't help you reach the payout threshold, which we'll talk about in just a few seconds. So that's another little bit strange thing. It's counted separately from your earnings for receiving text messages. So that will be added once you request a payout. So a very strange referral system, in my opinion, compared to many others I've tested. But let's now then talk about this, like how can you actually get paid and how much can you earn? So when it comes to the payout options, you can see at the moment PayPal is the only available payment method. So if you don't like getting paid via PayPal, this is not for you. However, what is the minimum amount to cash out? You always need to know also, so you know how much patience it will take. But it says this differs per country. So they have a minimum amount, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. But anyways, you can find that for your country inside the app if you decide to download it. But what I can tell you is that even though it's likely, a few dollars in some countries, $3 to $5, something like that. It will still take you patience to reach because you will not get a lot of text messages and you will not necessarily get a lot of text messages. And speaking of that, let's just also talk about the full earning potential so you can find out if it's really worth it. So when it comes to how much money you will make, they really, again, don't say a lot. They don't have a lot of information here. They say that you'll be paid for every received SMS that got recognized by the server, but how much you'll get, that will also depend on the country you live in. So that's also very normal for things like this, that it will vary from country to country. But I think it would be great if they have just added like kind of an average what people could expect. But again, I have tested hundreds of different ways. So what I can tell you is that based on my experience, then you should be lucky if you earn a few dollars per month from an app like this. But the great thing is that it is passive. You do actually not have to do anything. What it all comes down to is if you feel comfortable about installing an app like this to receive text messages and installing it manually on your phone with the permissions it requires and all that. So that's basically what it all comes down to. And only you can answer that question, whether you find that worth it or not. So to sum it all up, I understand why McMoney can seem appealing, and I've tested and looked into quite a few different apps that offer the same way to receive text messages and get paid, and I must say that it's one of the ones that I feel the most comfortable about when I read about the company behind and all that, but still not enough for me to actually feel like I want to install it manually on my phone. That's just my personal opinion. And especially not because if I'm lucky, I might be able to earn a few extra dollars per month. But if you find it worth it and you feel comfortable about it, then you can go ahead and download it. And if you already have and have experiences with it, please feel free to share below. That would be great to hear. Personally, I just prefer other options instead. I do have a list on my website, for example, of the best passive income app that I'm using. I'll leave a link to that below so you can also check that out. I also have a list of the best Android and iOS making apps on my website. I will also leave links to those below, so then you can go and check out some of my top recommended options. And also, if this video helped you, make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.